Bashem Yahushai.
Bashem Yahushai.
Bashem.
Bashem.
Rachakodash.
Rakakadash.
Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is called We Need Salvation. I have a special guest with me today, Elder Bishop Sakaran.
Shalom, shalom.
And pretty much, we're just going to, whatever comes to mind in the spirit, to deal with this lesson. Because we just went to go grab a bite to eat. And we pretty much are talking about that, how we need salvation. And this is pretty much a topic that we speak on a regular, especially in these times. We're going to need, the Lord to come and deliver us soon, So without further ado, I'm going to give it over to the Elder Bishop, and I'll be right back.
Khan, yeah, shalom, shalom, Akim, the few Akwathim out there, So, just hanging out with the apostle, you know what I'm saying? And we just, we had breakfast or whatever. And, we were just, speaking in the spirit, how we need salvation, especially the Akim, beginning with the elder apostles on down, the bishops and elders and stuff that been in this grind for a long time. We need to get the hell up out of here, And I'm sure you brothers, man, y'all been, in the hedges, gaps and stuff, on the highways and byways, on the line, y'all know by now that this, this work of ours ain't easy. It's not an easy road, because it comes with a whole lot of, this road comes with a whole lot of potholes, and you gotta circumvent, you gotta sometimes swerve over here. It's like when you're driving, you know what I'm saying? Certain speed bumps and potholes and stuff you're trying to maneuver around. And that's how this truth is, in the spirit. But the Rakakwadash, man, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the Rakakwadash, man, takes that helm, that steering wheel, man, and directs us in the way that we gotta go, right? Man's goings are of the Lord. So, but we're speaking how we need, salvation, man, because we personally are, all messed up, you know what I mean? Our bodies breaking down after a while, and your daily bullshit that you got to deal with, for brothers who are working, for Esau still, you got to put up with that shit, if you even have a so-called family in the world, you gotta maintain to the best of your ability. And certain responsibilities that you may have, obviously you put the word first, of course, but it's just like a whole lot that comes with this, man. And the only thing we could do is pray to the Lord to give us the strength to carry on, man, to push on. So through the spirit, I wanted to bring out scripture, Hebrews, let me see, Hebrews the 4th chapter, and let me see where I want to start off. Hell. Oh, man. You know what? Start from the first verse, right? So this is Hebrews, the 4th chapter, in the first verse. It says, "Let us therefore fear." And that's that. We could stop and close the books right there, if we want. But that's what you need. You need fear mingled with the faith, right? That's what's gonna keep you grounded, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fear the Most High, man, right? But you also have to have faith, right? Faith that He's able to deliver you from any situation that you get yourself into or that you get into, right? He's able to deliver you from all that, man. So fear comes with faith mingled in, and total respect for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Unlike that this big head nigga Alizé and them fake Israelites out there that they're not following the protocol that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai laid down, right? See, Yahushai came with a certain protocol to accomplish. That protocol was His Father's protocol.
That's right.
Which is our Father, right? Yahweh. He came to fulfill His will. How many times Yahushua said that He didn't come to fulfill His own will or whatever? He came to fulfill the will of His Father.
That's right.
And that He wasn't gonna stop until that was accomplished. That's why when he gave up the spirit, when he was on the cross, what did he say?
It is done.
It is done. Boom. He went up and sat on the right hand. Well, actually, he when he resurrected, he was with the 12 for about 40 days, 40 nights, teaching them and stuff. Breaking mysteries down to them and all that. Then he went up to sit at the right hand of the Father, Yahweh.
Yep.
Okay.
So how can he sit at the right hand of the Father if they're the same?
Exactly. That's impossible. So I'm at Hebrews 4:1. It says, "Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into His rest, any of you should seem to come short of it." Right? Because if you don't have fear mingled with faith, you're gonna fall off. You're gonna fall out. You're gonna fall off. You're gonna get weak, and you're gonna be consumed with the madness and the bullshit. You see what's going on with the what are we calling it now?
Crown Vicky.
Yeah, the Crown Vicky, and, and the mandating of it and stuff, and it's only gonna get worse, man. It's gonna come to a point where people are gonna start approaching you, coming to you, asking you straight up, did you get it?
Knocking on your door,
and if you say no, they're gonna try to, who knows what these people are capable of, man.
They're gonna snitch on you.
They're gonna snitch on you. If you brothers, few sisters, if you haven't seen that movie 1984, go watch it. Go watch it. That's all I gotta say. Another one, which Sakar had told me about, Equilibrium.
Equilibrium. Yep.
Equilibrium with my man, Batman.
Yeah.
Always forget his name. You brothers were speaking about him.
Christian something.
Bale.
Christian Bale.
With Christian Bale. That's another one, And what it deals with is a dystopian society. Dystopian is the opposite of utopian.
Yep.
Utopian means a absolute paradise world where everything it's just bliss.
Yep.
Everything is good for you. Nothing goes wrong. It's a state of pure happiness.
Right,
and dystopia is the complete opposite of that.
Right, because the utopia, it breaks down to a good place, and dystopia breaks down to bad place. This is bad, and topia is place. So
yeah, so the water. And that's what this whole new world order is all about. The reason why they're able to make those movies is because these producers of these movies are insiders, so they already know what's going on, so they'll make these movies and people be like, oh my god, that movie was prophetic, and they were speaking about this years ago. No, the reason why they were able to create this movie, okay, and put together these scripts was because they're part of the makers of this dystopian society, dystopian rule. All right, this agenda. That's why. But people are so fucking, on a so dumbed down and on a low level. That's why, man. If you can, man, if just somebody who's like that, and they just can't get it, man, just leave them alone. Just forget them, because they're gonna be part of the what is that? A casualty. They're gonna be casualties, man. Casualties of this great war that we are in.
Yep.
And the war is between Jacob and Esau. Everything else is just extra gravy. Extra gravy, man.
Yep. I got the definition for dystopia. It says state in which the conditions of life are extremely bad, as from deprivation or oppression or terror.
Yeah, people are gonna be depraved from simple things, man. Food. Let's speak about food. I'm gonna get back into the scriptures because that's the main thing. But people are gonna be, if you keep food away from people, especially Jake, man, they bound to go crazy on your ass, man. Right?
Yep. And when people have nothing to lose, they lose it.
Yeah, when people have nothing to lose, they lose it, man. So when they're already starting to, there's videos out there, and you can look it up yourself on YouTube, where there's these guys, people, employees that work for these top major companies that receive these big containers from overseas or whatever. They're supposed to contain food for the supermarkets and and stuff like that, and they got big yards, right, holding these containers, and they're not letting them go. Yep. And so certain employees are saying, why are you holding, what's going on? How come we're not doing our usual delivery? And they're like, look, there's higher ups telling us that these things can't go.
Yeah.
We gotta hold on to them.
Because pretty much those different companies work for the international banking families because they own them. You know, they own all these big businesses. You know, that's why they were saying, you know, that the government is going to mandate you to do this and mandate you to do that.
Mhm.
Then you had Fraudchi, as your man Dollar Vigilante calls him, and others that said, no, the government ain't going to do it. It's the businesses that are going to say, if you don't get this or you don't get that, you can't come in
That's
here or
bullshit.
you can't buy. More, but it is because the international bankers
Are telling
are controlling that.
right.
So instead of, since the people are waking up to the government's hand in certain things because they have their hand in the government,
Mhm.
they spiritually flipped it
Yeah.
to where they're blaming it now on the businesses.
Right.
But it's the international banking families and the government that's
Orchestrating
depriving and orchestrating it so that these people could bring forth the agenda that way.
Exactly. Because you know the people who are the owners of these corporations, all right, that own, you know, like these big box store companies and big grocery stores
Like
throughout the
your
country.
Costco's, your
Yeah,
BJ's, Targets.
they are part of the elites.
Oh, yeah.
They're themselves, man. You know?
Because when everything shut down, how come those big box stores didn't shut down? Then you
right.
have mom and pop essential
Mhm.
stores out there.
Yep.
How come they had to shut down, but the big major box stores didn't shut down?
Amazon didn't shut down.
Oh no,
You know, Amazon didn't shut down, man.
no sir.
And what Amazon is doing, they're buying up a whole lot of these mom and pop companies, merging them.
Yep.
And even those there were mom and pop, man. Your you know, other like big supermarkets, you know, whatever, buying them up. Why? Because it's part of this one world domination.
That's
Have
it.
everything in control.
Just one
You
one
see?
currency, one
Yeah.
religion, one whatever.
That's it.
That's just like you had the Tower of Babel. But I got a precept.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2 Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak down in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And pretty much that's what the Lord is doing. Because at the end of the day, you know, we're prophesying, you know, you have brothers that's prophesying about different things and from different levels. But one of the main things is the MOTB and the hard times that are coming. Like, you know, what the scriptures call Jacob's trouble. Because these are things that are important to speak about in these times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why the elder bishop is going into Hebrews 4, because that was the deliverance that the Lord brought to Jake back then, and a lot of them came against the Lord. So the Apostle Paul is reminding them, look, you know, the Lord delivered Jake, but afterwards he destroyed those that didn't believe. So don't follow that same pattern, because
Right.
for that reason they didn't make it to the promised land. And if you follow those same footsteps, you're not going to make it to the promised land. Yahweh Shah said, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. The word endure is to be made hard, because endure comes through what? Patience, which is, you know, you're being put through a series of tests, and you are able to pass those tests because the Lord puts a spirit in you to pass those tests.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It breaks down to the predestination.
That's it.
And the predestination of the Lord's elect that he chose before the foundations of the world, man. Ain't that deep?
That's it.
So you can't. That's why Yahweh Shai said that there was a certain number given unto him by the Father, by Yahweh,
Right.
and nobody could take them out of his hand. But who are they, right?
Excuse
You
me.
don't know until we reach the end. That's why he said, and ye that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the test.
Yeah.
You know?
And then the ultimate test is going to be, you know, the hour of temptation, which we're all going to have to go through. You know, like Yahweh Shai went through his hour of temptation. And it's not going to be pleasant, just like Yahweh Shai's hour of temptation wasn't pleasant. You know, but if we make it past that, then we'll be all right. And if we're a part of the elect, guess what? Somehow, some way, we're going to make it through it. You know? So it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity or the unbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You know, pretty much. And we're going to go into more, but I'm going to let the
Come.
elder bishop finish that up.
Come.
Because that's going to go along with that. You know, the unfaithful are going to die in their unfaithfulness.
That's right. That's right. And which is the 2/3 that we speak of.
That's it.
You know, You got the 1/3 and you got the 2/3. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You got certain Israelites out there talking about that they trying to save the 2/3. Then okay, well then you're going against you will be an enemy of the Heavenly Father if you
Yeah.
try to do that. You know,
Yeah,
and that's
because
also part of though hand joining hand,
yeah,
because there's the wicked, which is the 2/3 of Israel, and then there's the wicked, which is Esau.
yeah,
You know, so if you're trying to save them and you're trying to go all out for them, you too will find yourself being destroyed, man.
yeah.
You
Because
know,
more than likely you probably are 2/3.
Right.
That's why you get upset when we say we hate the 2/3 or the 2/3 going to be destroyed, because you might be a 2/3. Because why would you get mad if you're not?
exactly.
You got it.
All right, Hebrews 4:1, right? It says, "Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into His rest," because we got that promise now through Yahweh Bashem and Yahushai, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do this, you know, brothers. That's why we come. That's why we do the work. We teach. We go out on the highways and byways. Why?
Yeah.
So that way, this promise that was given to us could be made, you know, solid, and ultimately we be delivered, man, before that fire comes. See, a lot of these dudes, they don't see the fire coming. There's a fire
Right.
coming, man. Like during the days of Noah. Noah was telling the people there's a great flood coming.
Yep.
Back then it didn't rain, so they didn't believe it. Boom. So what happened? They didn't have fear, they didn't have faith. They didn't believe that, man, Noah's telling the truth, man. Something about what Noah's saying, right?
Yep.
So what happened to them? They got destroyed, man. So there's a fire coming, man. You know? Now, Jake out here, they think they so bad. I always say this. Jake is so bad. We telling them there's a fire coming. They act bold. Yo, man, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Yo, God is with me, yo. This same nigga can't handle his finger being burned on the stove, man, that he's cooking on, man. If he even cooks. All right? He'll cry to his mama. See? Put some Colgate on, you know, that's an old school remedy. Put some Colgate on your burn and shit, you know? Come on, man. But see, that's what Jake think they big and bad, man. To some, like Mike Tyson said, you know, that saying, that famous quote from Mike Tyson, you know,
Everyone something until they get hit.
yeah, I forgot how he says it, you know.
But I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, until they get punched in the face.
Yep.
Everybody would talk some shit until they get punched in the face. That's not the
Something
actual
like that.
quote. But it says, "Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into His rest, any of you should seem to come short of it." Right? For unto us was the gospel preached. And what is the gospel, right? There's only one God. There's only one gospel, right? The true gospel, and I'm gonna say it in great boldness in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's the gospel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that the elder apostles and bishops and elders and teachers are teaching. All right, that's
100%
the,
truth.
the 100% truth. That's right. Who's out there, man, warning people of what the MOTB is, right? Isn't Great Millstone the main ones?
Yep.
Then you got these other camps saying no. They trying to sell out the Israel, man. They're trying to sell out but you know what? Those who follow them, they're gonna, if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into that ditch, and that ditch is the MOTB.
Yeah, and a lot of you guys out there that talk about, you can't say you have 100% truth because all these different camps have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, did he have 100% truth? Did he side with the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees and them because they had part of the truth? No. It's either this way or nothing at all.
All right, no in between, man.
That's right.
You can't. You gotta. And there's a lot of Jake out there, man. You gotta choose a side, man. You can't be learning from Great Millstone and then still learning from these other camps. You can't do that, man. You can't partake of the how it goes?
Of the Lord.
The cup of the Lord and the cup of devils, because that's what they are. Those fake Israelite camps. All right, they are not warning you of what's coming. They're fake.
Yeah.
And you can't be listening to them or not. But some of the stuff they say, I agree with. But then no, you can't. You gotta be either you with them or you're not.
Yeah.
You know.
It says be not children tossed to and fro.
Yeah, man. Choose a side, man, because when the time comes, if you're not solid in your faith in the Lord, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Point blank in the story. Hebrews 4:2, it says, "For unto us was the gospel preached," right, the good news, "as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Yeah.
See, you gotta mix, and then fear too. Fear and faith, you gotta mix that both together to be solid in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. See,
Right.
you see, fear is a good thing. Fear is healthy. Now, I ain't talking about fear of the world, see, because the Lord, in Peter it says that the Lord did not give us
Spirit of fear.
right, the spirit of fear. And I'm talking about, the spirit of the spirit of fear in the world. I'm talking about a healthy spiritual fear, man, that'll keep you grounded in this word, man. See, to keep you in that straight line, so that you don't go off to the right, you don't go off to the left. You keep going in that straight righteous path. Yeah, you pray to the Lord, of course, not to take His Holy Spirit from you. You know, this is all healthy. But the reason why you will even pray is because you have the fear and the faith towards the Lord, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That says, verse
Right.
3, for we which have believed do enter into rest. So we are entered into the rest of Yahweh Shai. See? When Yahweh Shai was crucified, our sins were crucified with Him.
Hmm.
We died with Him. We were made alive in Him, but we died in the world. That's why it says, love not the world. We're not, now we're in the world, we're in the matrix, trying to maneuver in the matrix to get what we got to get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we ain't trying to make no living in this matrix, in this world, man, and trying to make it in here and stuff like that, because we know it's about to be destroyed. So what sense would that make? So this is all bullshit. This is all gonna be burnt up, and then the real world order is gonna be established here on earth under our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. That's what we preaching. That's what we preaching, man. Our Lord Yahweh Shai coming to take the crowns of these damn devils, man, and put them under His feet. Ain't that what the scriptures say?
Hmm.
See, but that's why we looked at the enemy number one,
Yeah.
because we're preaching a new kingdom, man.
Yeah, and that's when salvation comes.
Yeah.
You're not. What are you saved from? People say that they're saved in the churches. There's destruction coming. There's diseases out here. There's different things that'll kill you. The food. You could get hit by a truck. So you're not really saved until the Lord comes back. Because when the Lord comes back to establish His kingdom on the earth, He's taking down everything and everybody, and everybody's going to be subjected to Him. So that's going to be the real new world order.
That's right.
You know.
And people think that that's fairy tale, man. People think that the Bible's a fairy tale, man.
Yep.
But look what's happening. You see how we were prophesying this through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, of course, for many years, and now finally things are coming to pass, man.
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Yeah, though it tarry, wait for it, for it would not tarry, it will surely come. And it's here.
Yep.
Right? It's only a matter of time before, they start mandating and getting more serious with it, which we praying for that.
Yeah.
We want that.
We in the build up.
Yeah. You want that, because the more that these things come to pass, the closer we are to our our Lord to come and bring His righteous kingdom, wherein dwelleth righteousness. It says, for we which have believed do enter into rest. Right? We believed, right? We believed in the gospel that from the other apostles on down. And the warnings that they taught, right? So now you see what people are shook up in their minds, man, with what's happening. They're being threatened by the government, to receive this preliminary MOTB until the actual MOTV comes, okay? And then people are shook. They're scared. They don't know what to do, man. Some people, they're so shook, man, they don't even want to go to work no more. They're depending on the government to give them these checks and all that, and they don't know that. Look, they got you in their trick bag, man. Don't you're not supposed to put your hope into this man, man.
Yeah.
He got you in the trick bag. There's a price for that.
Yeah, putting out your trust in man.
Yeah.
Because they're nothing but breath. Here it is. You have something that appears to be a hedge today,
Right.
but it could be gone tomorrow.
Right.
That's why it says, and I believe it's 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter, that suddenly shall the full storehouses appear empty. And that's a part of the reason for the supply breakdown, because they have
Right.
the supplies,
Right.
but they're holding back.
Right. They're holding it back.
What a lot of those different businesses are doing, they're storing those goods, somewhere else, so that when all hell breaks loose, you either gotta take the chip, you know, to or the the Crown Vicky,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then, you know, if you don't take any of those, let's say you got to pay cash, you know, until they do away with the cash. What do you think the price is going to be like? They're going to be exorbitant to where you're not going to be able to afford it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so things are going to get bad. This is where Jacob's trouble is going to come in, and this is where the hour of temptation is going to, where the rubber meets the pavement, as they say. You know, because you're going to be either forced to say, F you, I'm going to trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai, or you're just going to go for broke and accept whatever they say. But guess what? You're going to be destroyed.
That's it.
You know?
I couldn't have said that better myself, Apostle.
Yeah, you're going to be destroyed.
That's what it is. And they think it's a joke, man. You see, it's a joke until they come in with the stormtroopers into your house, break the front door of your house, or where the hell you're living in, okay? And they got a gun to your mother effing head.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be forced to make a choice.
Yeah.
Are you for the Lord, or are you for the damn devil, man? All right. You're gonna have to make that choice, man. So you know, you think about that, man. And
Yeah,
you know,
for me and my house, we're going to serve the
that's
Lord.
right, man.
As Joshua said, you know?
Yeah. So this is Hebrews 4:3. It says, "For we which have believed do enter into rest." So we're at rest in our minds, right? For not for Isaiah 4
Knowledge and wisdom.
33:6. Yes. For knowledge, the water. For knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times, man. And these times we in, you gotta be stable in your mind, man.
Yeah. That's
You
why
know?
Yahweh said you should know the truth, and the truth shall set
You free within yourself.
Yeah, mentally free.
Mentally free, man.
Yeah.
You're not stressing this.
Yeah.
For us, we're happy and we're all, you know, amped up, man, because it's been a long time, man.
Yeah.
No, so we're
It's been a
amped
long
up,
time
man.
coming.
Yeah, so we're like, oh man, it's really, we're really approaching the time, man.
Yep.
You
And
know,
it's clicking. It hasn't popped yet. It's getting
Right.
ready to pop. It's
Yeah.
getting ready to roll, but
yeah,
you know it hasn't popped yet. But
Yeah.
it's stretched to the limit. You know,
Yeah.
and once you stretch a rubber band or a balloon
Mhm.
to the limit,
it pops.
boom.
Hey, like back in the day, I don't know if they still sell it. They had the Jiffy popcorn.
Oh yeah.
You put that shit on top of the stove, man, and you hear the kernels popping, you know, and then little by little you see the you'll wait to see the aluminum, cause it came with a little bit of aluminum on top,
Yep.
and then you see it rising,
Expanding,
expanding, and before you know it, it'll open up and shit, you know. So that's what it is, man. You know, so and when it really fully hits, we're ready because we got the word of the Lord, man, and we're at rest, we're focused, and the spirit of the Lord is gonna guide us to where we gotta go and to where we gotta be, and keep in mind there's gonna be angels all around us protecting us, man.
Yeah, because
You know?
the Lord said, "My servant shall eat."
Yeah,
You know, so all we got to do is serve the Lord,
That's
and then
it,
when the
man.
time comes, let Him do the rest.
that's it.
Matter of fact, it says, "Cast your burdens upon the Lord."
Yeah,
You know, because at the end of the day, we have no control over anything.
that's right.
You know, we you know, worrying ain't gonna change it.
Nope.
You know, I mean, we do because we're still in the flesh.
Right.
But overall, you know, we got to do what the Lord said to be His servant, so that when all hell breaks loose, we can be protected.
That's
have
it.
that hedge over us.
That's it, man.
You know, because the angels are everywhere.
They're everywhere.
You can't see them, but they're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why, you know, you find yourself in a predicament where the Lord, you know, does something to deliver you from it, and you're like, oh shit, Barakateh Halabashim
Yep.
Shai. You know, you didn't expect that.
Right.
But that's how it's going to be. It's going to be unexpected. Everything is going to be unexpected. Even though we're waiting for it, we see it coming, but there's going to be things that are happening that are going to be unexpected.
Yeah.
You know, hey, when Peter was in the prison, he just knew he was locked up in there.
Mhm.
Then all of a sudden, the angel came and smote him on the side and wake up.
Mhm.
You know, he's like groggy. He said, look, gird up, you know,
Mm.
put your clothes on, put your sandals on, let's
Yeah,
go.
Let's go.
And he's still like, by the time they got out the first gate, he was still half asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they got to the main gate, he
Yeah.
realized, oh shit, the angel came to deliver me.
Yep. I think it said that he thought it was a vision,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, but it was actually happening.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it's gonna be. You're gonna think you're in a dream, man.
Yeah.
As an actual angel guiding you, you know.
Yeah.
So this is the time we're coming to, man.
Oh,
Because the time that's coming is gonna be so great, you know. And remember, Scripture say, and this what that's about to happen never happened before.
Yeah. And this
You
is
know
the
what I mean?
time to blow the trumpet, because blowing the trumpet is giving people warning. And when the trumpet is blown so much, afterwards, what happens? the judgment comes. And once the judgment comes, there's no more trumpet blowing. You know, that therefore there's nothing you could do or say to be delivered after that. You know?
I'm gonna just keep on. I'm trying to get to the point here. So that way, because that's really, you know, Second Ezra 15, man. That's the meat, right? Hebrews 4:3, right? It says, "For we which have believed do enter into rest." So we are in the Lord's rest as we now speak, believing in the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? As he said, "As I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world." What does that mean? Meaning that it's already, the stage has already been set.
Yep.
The movie, the script has already been written. The Lord already know who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, who's gonna die, who's gonna be, stay alive. That's why it says although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. It's already been, but this is part of it. The Lord wants it to go in this manner, in this fashion. This is the way that he wants the movie to play out. See? So the Lord already had his chosen, his elect, that were gonna come into his rest.
Right.
See? They're known as the elect. But like I said before, do you know that you're the elect or not? No. That's why you have to still have faith, keep on pushing, keep on going. No matter how bad things seem to be getting, just keep on going, man. All right? Verse 4, it says, "For he spake in a certain place of the seventh day on this wise, and the Most High did rest," or the power, the Alahayim, did rest the seventh day from all their works. "And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest, seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached enter not in because of unbelief," because you had an amount, right, during the time of Yahushua, you had them wicked Sadducees, Pharisees, and scribes. They didn't believe. So what happened? They didn't enter into the Lord's rest, right? Now in the kingdom, they will enter into the Lord's rest through the elect, through the believers.
And this time they're going to be destroyed because they didn't accept Yahushua, the Son of the Lord.
Right.
And some of them same individuals that are proclaiming Yahushua's name, some of them denied him in the past.
That's why in Second Ezra, the 9th chapter, down like to the middle of the chapter, it says, "And the same shall know it after death by through pain or by pain."
Yep.
You know, we don't want that pain, man. That pain is being burnt alive, bro. And the people who are gonna burn up in that great lake of fire by way of the thermonuclear missiles, your spirit's gonna be in your. It's not gonna be no quick thing. You know, it's gonna be a torment, man.
Oh, yeah.
You're receiving the same punishment as Esau, man. Who the hell wants that? I don't want that shit, man. You know, this damn devil, man. You're gonna be treated just like a devil, man. All right.
The anticipation, knowing that it's coming, the fear, and then afterwards, the total obliteration.
Also, seeing the saints of the Most High going into the ships.
Right.
Because the people who stay behind, they're gonna see the ships, man. Yeah. They're gonna want to get in, just like the people that were knocking on the ark, trying to, when Noah had the ark, man.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get in. It said that the Lord had to seal that ark up, the door up, man.
Yep.
Because
too late.
Yeah, the compassion, and all that. It's good. So people are gonna wish to the chariots. They're gonna come down low. They're gonna raid. They're gonna scoop up the elect, man, and then get the hell out of here. It's the only vehicle that could do that. That could be so fast and coming. Because remember, the missiles, they only take a half hour or less from wherever they're being shot off to hit this target.
Yep.
All right. So this is gonna be a fast thing. Boom, 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 bam, curtains.
It's gonna be easy work for the Lord.
Yeah, easy work, man. It says, let me see, verse 6. "Seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached entered not in because of unbelief." Because of unbelief, that's what's gonna have them be destroyed. Again, he limiteth a certain day, saying in David, "Today, after so long a time, as it is said, today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your heart." So, we were out there, heard the teachers, the voice of the Lord, right? The voice of the Lord crying in the cool of the day. The cool of the day means what? Before the heat hits.
Heat time.
Yeah, before the judgment comes, right? So, um, so the brothers that heard the teaching of the prophets and teachers out there in the highways and byways, they didn't harden their hearts. They believed and then eventually came in. All right, that's the right way of passage, man. Okay, it says, let me see, eighth verse. For if Yahushua had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day?
Yeah, that's Joshua.
Okay,
Which is his name is Yahweh
right.
Shai.
Okay,
That's Joshua
right,
going
right,
back
right.
to the
Joshua,
book of
right,
Joshua.
right. Because they're going, yeah. Okay. It says, there remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High, and that's the point that we were speaking of. Which the back then the rest was the promised land, right? The is the land of Israel, which was which was called the land of Canaan. Afterwards, it was named to the land of Israel, which the Most High said that he chose for himself, and he was gonna put us in there. So we're going back there, you see. But before we go back there, all these things have to come to pass, the MOTB, then the climax of this third world war, then ultimately the destruction, by way of the thermonuclear missiles. Right? It says, there remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High, for he that is entered into his rest, he also hath ceased from his own works, as the Most High did from his, as Yahweh Bashem Yahweh did from his. So that was the point I'm trying to make, that we were speaking earlier about that we need salvation, which in turns means that we need rest, because until we get the hell up out of here, you know, we're not gonna we're constantly praying to the Lord to hasten the day, hasten the time of His coming, put this man down, right?
Prisoners of hope.
Prisoners of hope, right? Until He comes, man. Then we'll truly be in His rest, man, because we'll be in the land of His rest, and all our enemies will be put down. Like it says, I believe it says that their enemies shall carry them away into captivity no more.
Yep.
So we know that our enemies are put down. We don't got to worry about that anymore. And now we are in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's rest forever, man, forevermore. And our children, and our children, man.
Dominion shall be an everlasting dominion.
Yeah.
And all these other nations are going to serve us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so going back to 2 Ezra 15, dealing with the prophecies, because, see, the prophecies have to come before salvation can actually happen. And all of this that we've been speaking of for years, is coming in clusters now, coming in bunches, and once it totally explodes, as they call it, the SHTF, or the shit hit the fan scenario, that's when all of the Jacob's trouble is going to come into play. That's where the hour of temptation is going to come into play. And once all that happens, then the missile thing in the World War III, that can go quick,
right?
Because they're already over there fighting and all that, but the Lord is holding back them from really seriously getting into it, because this is one major prophecy that has to happen before any of that can pop off,
right?
Which is the MOTB. That's right. So this is 2 Ezra 15 and 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." So these are the plagues that the Lord's going to bring, but it's going to be a worldwide event.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's coming is going to be a worldwide thing. When the scriptures say that in Revelation 3, where this our temptation is coming to try the whole world, it's talking about the whole entire planet. And it's no coincidence that the international banking families have their eyes set on the conquering of the whole world, of chipping the whole planet, so that everyone can be obedient to them, just like a robot would be obedient to his master. And they understand the dynamics of changing people's molecular structure, and injecting them with this RFID microchip, to make them subservient, make them obedient. Because once you have certain amount of stuff put in you, then they can, at the press of a button, they can suppress your feelings. They could evoke emotions.
Yep.
They can make you apathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Delgado's bull. They had the probes stuck in his head, and then they show the bull, the red, cape, he go buck wild, and then as soon as he start going buck wild, they hit the button, phew, the bull just shuts down.
I know about that.
You know?
I heard about that.
Yes, the Delgado experiment.
When did that go back to?
That's back in the 60s, I believe. They should have videos on YouTube about it. But that's why they've been studying the brain.
Right.
Because they want to get to the people's minds, your conscience, your soul, your spirit,
right,
to control that, because they want to be like the Most High. And see, they have control and power and money and everything, but they don't have control over people's souls and spirit. They can't contain that. So that's why they make you sell your soul. So it goes on to say, it says for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and this is why the Lord is bringing a judgment upon the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Their hurtful works are coming through what? Through the technology that they have, through the abominations that are being committed in the world, through the destruction of the planet, through the destruction of the food, the water, and all of that. And ultimately the destruction of the minds of the people, which they're trying to destroy the Israelites. Because they figured that if they could accomplish destroying the Israelites, they can get the birthright back. But you can't get the birthright back because it didn't belong to you in the first place. Even though you were the firstborn, that birthright didn't belong to you, because even before the children were born, the Lord already said that the elder was going to serve the younger. So the birthright and the blessing was going to be Jacob's anyway, no matter how you slice it. Even if you wouldn't have sold your birthright then, something would have came up to where everything was going to be transferred to Jacob.
Because it was predestinated.
That's
man.
it.
Look up the word predestination.
Before.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like they had that movie Final Destination, and in that movie Final Destination, the premise of it was you cannot change your fate.
Right.
Destiny's
already set.
Right. It's already set. They were fated to die a certain way. No, they were fated to die, but they would try to change it up. See,
Right.
And they would end up dying another way, a
yeah.
different way. But either way, the conclusions was all the same, that they were gonna die.
Yeah.
And that's what Esau trying to do. He's trying to change the fate of his destination. The fate of your destination, Esau, is slavery. All right. After a period of 1,000 years, what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get burnt the fuck up, man. And there's nothing that you could do about it.
So let it be written.
So let it be done.
Because your destiny is already etched in stone. The skein of thy life is already written long ago. So there's nothing you could do about it, devil. So
Damn
just
devil.
Just sep it.
We dealt with it, man.
Yeah.
You punk ass motherfucker, man. We dealt with it.
Yeah, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. And art thou he that shall go together altogether unpunished? Thou shalt not go altogether unpunished. That's why the Lord says he's not going to quit the wicked. Because you're not going to hold yourself responsible. You're not going to hold yourself guilty for the crimes that you've committed. Because if you held yourself guilty, there's too much to pay, too much at stake. You would have to give the world back. You would have to put yourself in captivity. You would have to be subjected to being destroyed, sold into slavery. I mean, and that's just to name a few. So you're not that stupid.
I got a quick precept.
Yeah, bring it out.
This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 25. It says, but he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons.
Right, because the Lord's going to do it. He don't care how much money you got, how much prestige you have, how eloquent you are, how much etiquette you got. It don't matter. You do wrong, you're going to be done wrong. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, medium, whatever the case may be.
That was it.
All right. So it says back in 2 Ezra 15:7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, because this is the reason why. See, wickedness has a, what you call that, when wickedness has a ping. Like when you get a chime on your phone from a particular app, you get that ping. Well, wickedness has a ping, and once you get to a certain point, that app starts pinging, right? And then that's when the Most High is going to start bringing the whopper ping on your ass, So now things are stirred up. When you go back to the time of Noah, it said the Lord said he saw that wickedness was great upon the earth, and that's why he said, okay, I'm gonna destroy this earth, I'm gonna destroy these people, but I'm gonna set up my man Noah, give him some instructions of what to do so him and his household can be saved. So it says which they, let me read that again. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Yeah, because all of this, transsexual and homosexuality, lesbian, all of that stuff, and everything else that they're doing that's destroying the planet, the earth, the water, the people, and all of that, the Lord is going to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
The Lord is going to put a stop to you Israelites out there doing whatever you want to do.
That's right.
Do as thou wilt spirit.
Yeah, because everything on this earth is the Lord's creation, man.
That's it.
And who the fuck are you to change up what the Lord has put down, man?
That's right.
You know?
Sucker.
How the fuck does a man, a red lobster-looking motherfucker,
Right.
think that he's better than the Lord, man?
Right.
You don't even have melanin in your skin.
Yeah, you leprous dog.
You know?
Yep. It says, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. Those are the saints that have died. It says, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's us. Because we are the ones that's complaining. You don't see nobody else complaining. Even you Israelites that are awake, you ain't complaining about things that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
You too busy, giving, marriage counseling, talking about marriage, talking about how to live your life, how to deal with your wives. And, you know what I'm saying? You can read about that. I mean, we do lessons on that from time to time, but that's not the major issue.
Right.
The major issue is this MOTB and
That's
the
right.
things that are happening in the world, this martial law, the shortages of food and the famines and all that.
That's right.
These are things that are important to talk about.
Exactly, man.
You
You
know?
know, if your house is on fire, you think you're gonna sit down there while your house is burning up and have a fucking counseling thing with your wife? You know?
Right.
No, you're trying to get the fuck out that house, man.
I gotta ask my wife.
Yeah, well, the house is on fire. I gotta ask my wife if we should run the fuck out the house or should we stay here and fucking burn up?
Yeah.
You know? Come on, man. It's fucking.
It's ridiculous.
It's ludicrous.
Yeah. That's ignorant, man. That's ignorant. It says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And this is why the Lord is bringing judgment on your bitch ass, E. For the controversy of Zion, man. For the things you've done to us.
Yeah.
It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, because this is modern day Egypt. Because back then we had already fled out of Egypt, our forefathers. This is talking about in this time. It says, but I will stretch them, but I will bring them with a mighty hand, as he did before. That's why it says in Jeremiah 16, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Yep.
It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. The land of Egypt was not destroyed back then. So the Lord is smiting modern day Egypt, Babylon the Great, America, with plagues like he was smiting Egypt with. And then eventually he's going to destroy this whole entire land. Everything you see out here, whether it's a sidewalk, whether it's a tree, whether it's a flower, whether it's a herb, a trash can, or a building, cars, trucks, planes, trains, automobile, all of that, it's all going to be burnt up with fervent heat. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
Damn.
And there's nothing that you could do to escape that.
Nothing.
That's why it says, if you try to flee from a bear,
Right.
and a lion met him, I believe it said lion, and then if you flee from that lion, then the serpent bit him when he leaned his hand on the wall. No matter what, you're not going to be able to escape, because if one calamity don't get you, another calamity will. And if you miss all those calamities, the calamity of the missiles are going to get you, or the lasers from the chariots are going to get you.
Missile gonna get you.
Yeah,
Missile gonna get you.
Yeah,
Missile
that's
gonna
right.
get you.
It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, and you see that these different farmers are mourning now because of the way things have been done.
Yeah, they're taking over their farms.
That's it.
And there's nothing that they could do about it.
Yep.
There's nothing they could do about it, man.
They're systematically shutting them down.
Yeah.
Putting them in the corner, hitting them with mandates, hitting them with fines that if they don't do this or do that, they're going to have to pay. It says, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation. You know why? Because we're coming to the point where the Lord said he's going to send plagues on the earth. One of those plagues is famine. So how can famine happen if everything is still plentiful?
Right.
So the Lord is shutting it down. He's
Yeah.
shutting the supply chains down. He's shutting the food supply down.
Mm-hmm.
He's making it to where the money is useless almost.
Right.
You know, he's making it to where the people are being pushed in the corner, get jabbed, get, you know, and eventually get the chip, or you don't eat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what there's going to be, a lot of starvation.
Yeah.
These situations that happen in Venezuela and other places around the world, that's coming to America. It's already here, but it's just in the beginning stages. It hasn't really exploded on the scene yet.
Right.
And that's where Jacob's trouble is going to come, because the major deliverance of the Lord is going to be here in America, but there's also going to be major death here in America, Babylon the Great. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. You're going to have race wars, you're going to have class wars,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you're going to have the fire department fighting against the police department,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you're going to have the military, the National Guard fighting the reserve, so on and so forth. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
have certain FEMA troops and different other troops of the government coming and fighting with the militias of America, fighting with certain civilians that have guns. It's going to be like a forever purge, or like that series, the Purge.
I have a precept.
Bring it out.
Isaiah
Bring it out.
19, verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Right, and that's you know, brother fighting against brother. So you're going to have Edomites against Edomites. You're going to have Jake against Jake. But it's really, you know, ultimately dealing with Esau. Esau going against Esau,
Yep.
and in general, you know, the anybody that's so-called a U.S. citizen fighting against each other.
Yeah. And what we're coming to now is these riots or civil wars
Yep.
of people that took the Crown Vicky going against the people that didn't take the Crown Vicky, you know? And it's gonna get ugly.
Yeah.
It's gonna get real ugly because the heralds
The heralds
of this society that are pushing for the New World Order are telling the people who took the Crown Vicky that the people who didn't take the Crown Vicky are gonna get them sick.
Right.
They pumping. They got the narrative laid out there like that. So there's gonna be people getting bold with other people, man, right in front of you in the grocery store.
Get
You already
shot,
seen that already happen
killed.
with the mask, right? People getting bold. Oh, you're supposed to have your mask on, and then certain occasions, people pull out guns and boom, shot those employees, man.
Yeah.
You know, why don't you mind your fucking business?
That's it.
See, now you died over a dirty ass thong that was on your face, or that you wanted, you know,
Yeah.
that you wanted somebody to wear, man.
a soiled face diaper.
Yeah.
You know,
So things are gonna get real nasty, real nasty.
it's gonna be very nasty out there.
And you know what, man? The people who get destroyed or destroy each other, good for them. And fuck, you know, F them all. Excuse my French. You know, we're trying to keep this as spiritual as can be, but we're just trying to bring out the reality of it
Right.
all. You see, we in Great Millstone, from the other apostles on down, we're realists, and we get demonized for that. But do you hate me because we tell you the truth?
Right.
So we hate it, but you don't hate us. You hate who's in us.
That's it.
And that's our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. You know? And we don't regret, you know, what my man said about the singer, he messed up in American Idol.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
said, I did my best.
I did my best. I have no regrets.
We did our best. We have no regrets, man. You know, and we're hoping that at our Lord's appearing, we will receive our crowns and receive His salvation, man.
Yeah, because
Which is our crown.
Right. All the stuff that's happening right now, the Spirit been having me say it, is going to lead to a desperate state of mind in these people. And I got to read the word desperate. A person who is frightened and in need of help, arising from or marked by despair or loss of hope, of persons dangerously reckless or violent, as from urgency or despair. See? So
Damn.
pretty much these
Wait,
people,
what that was the definition
the
for what
word
again?
desperate.
Mm.
You know, so these people are going to be in a desperate state of mind. And when people are desperate, what is their main goal? To survive. So if they don't have food and you have food, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to try to take your food. So it's either kill or be killed.
Or
know?
they're gonna try to kill you so that you could become their food.
Exactly. Well, that's another.
Or your children, or
cannibalism.
try to kill your children.
Yep.
You know,
The
or
great
something.
fear.
Or your dog, or your cat. It's gonna get that bad, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey,
It's
the
gonna-
movie The
yeah,
Road.
That's right. Yep.
The movie The Road. The chick said what? They're gonna catch us, and they say they're gonna rape her, and they're gonna rape his son, and then they're gonna eat us.
Yep. And she walked out into the.
Yeah, into the sunset. She Lot's wife.
Oh, right.
She Lot wife. Some brother said that that's Lot's wife.
She lot wiped herself.
Yeah, that she Lot wife Vigo. That's a character that, not the character but the actual name, Vigo Mortensen,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
of the dude that played the other guy. And he was trying to reason with her because he's a man. He was trying to say, look, we're gonna be able to make it through. And no, she just gave up all hope.
Yep.
From desperation. But it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Mm-hmm.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes. They ain't gonna try to give heed to no law enforcement officers. It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And this is what's going to cause it, that great tribulation. And some people are not going to have the discipline to go without eating. So if they don't have anything to eat, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to start eating each other.
Yeah.
So it's going to get bad out here. And when you read further down towards the end of 2 Ezra 15, it speaks about those that go into the mountain are going to die of hunger, and they're going to eat themselves. They're going to drink their own blood for hunger and for thirst. So at the end of the day, if you're not a part of the elect, you're in trouble, Jack.
Yeah, I got a quick precept. This is Matthew 4:4. It says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone,
Beautiful.
but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
Yeah. And that's why the scriptures say that my servant shall eat, because the Lord knows that we have need of food. We're in the flesh, so there's after a certain time you have to eat something, or the body starts to break down.
Right.
But the point is, serve the Lord, and everything else will be given to you.
Mm-hmm.
He said that your water shall be sure, our water shall be sure, and our bread shall be sure.
Right. King David said that he had never seen the
righteous.
Just or the righteous.
Same thing. Yep.
Was that forsaken or begging for bread?
Yeah, seed begging bread. Yeah, that's right.
So it's a total faith on our part.
That's
type of thing.
Yep.
And we gotta believe in His word, because the word said to trust in Him.
Yeah.
To have faith in Him, to trust in Him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When is it a time for you to have faith? Right? It's when all the shit, like you said, when the shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
That's when you are, you put your faith, in motion.
Right.
The most. I mean, you're supposed to have faith every single day, but that's when you put it the most, man.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to have faith when everything's going good.
Right.
It's true. Because when everything's going good, what needed their faith? Like Satan told the Most High, when the Most High said, look, did you see my servant Job? He's a perfect, he's skewed with evil. And he said, well, look, he has everything.
Right. He said, you gave him everything,
right.
Lord, but take away, those goodies from him, and let's see if,
if he'll still be faithful to
right. And what was the outcome? Job was still faithful.
That's right.
And what did Job? Job was like, look, man, I know that all these things is happening, because of something that I did, son, and he took what it says in I believe in Romans, why takest not thou the low? How did Paul say it?
Yeah, he's be defrauded.
Right. Why don't you suffer yourself to be defrauded and take take the? I'm not quoting it verbatim, but that's your mentality. Always it's called humility.
That's it.
That's what I wanted to bring up. It's called being humble and eat that humble pie, right?
Eat that roll.
Yeah, man, and just look, man. When you are changed to a lower state, you're supposed to be patient and consider.
Yeah.
Because why? We're all sinners. We all fell from the grace of the Most High, and we're just trying to get back there. So that's your mentality. Not to think yourself that you are that you don't go off.
Right.
That you're the most righteous thing that could ever happen to this earth.
No.
That's not
we're nothing but miserable wretches.
Yeah, man.
All right, so with that, we need salvation. You got any closing
statements? I just wanted to, because it keeps on ringing.
Okay.
And this is Daniel's the 12th chapter, man, because this is the time we are in and approaching
That's
as
it.
as we move forward. So Daniel's 12:1, right? And it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Mm.
A possessive, what was that possessive
Pronoun.
pronoun? The Lord's people are the children of Israel, and you know who the lost tribes of the nation of Israel are today, right? It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, which we're approaching,
Right.
such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Yeah, the elect.
Right.
The
And
elect.
delivered, saved, and to enter into the Lord's rest.
Into that rest, which is needed. And that's why the Lord said that this world is going to be changed. This wicked world is going to be changed. And we look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Righteousness.
That's
right.
And that's why we have to be changed, because we cannot live in a righteous world in this corruptible flesh. How that work?
Don't work.
It doesn't work. So
Oil,
the Lord has
oil
to,
and water don't mix.
the Lord got to change our mind, take the stony heart out, give us a heart of flesh, and change these bodies, because these bodies break down.
Yeah.
And put the law, statutes, and commandments into our inward parts,
Right.
and that'll make it a trifecta.
Boom.
So that
was it.
Okay, so with that, we like to say, shalom.
Shalom.
Glad you brothers and
Come.
sisters were edified. Until the next time, we say shalom.
Shalom. Peace to the elect.
To the elect.